Today I'm going to look at a Sony WMF16 AM stereo Walkman. This is one from my personal collection that I've had since about 1985, and it hasn't been used much. It has developed a problem. The tape doesn't work. It's going to be a belt, so we're going to open this thing up, take a look at it, change the belt, make it work. Coming right up on Tech Talk. So this was a Walkman WMF16. Very rare because it features, of course, AM stereo. This is one of my portable AM stereo units. I have the SRF one as well, which is just a straight radio. This one has got the tape player, and I have the boom box that you've already seen. I have the car radio, and I have the home tuner. The only ones I didn't have was the SRA 100, and there was a receiver as well. Those are the only, I think those are the only two pieces I don't think I got. Anyway, this one here, the tape player doesn't work. You know what it's going to be. It's going to be belts. Now that I got this big collection of belts, figure I might as well change it while I'm in the belt changing mode. I'll let you guys see what the inside of this little unit looks like, because it's going to be a little bit different than the run-of-the-mill Walkman, just because it has that AM stereo decoder chip. And like all the Sonys, it supports all four AM stereo systems. The reason that AM stereo flopped like it did is because the FCC, in all their wisdom, brought out or allowed four incompatible systems to exist. And this is the, I believe this is the AM stereo chip here, the CX20029. That is the AM stereo decoder chip on this unit. It's a Sony custom chip that decodes all four systems. Say that the system, the AM stereo system was destined to fail when they allowed four non-compatible systems to compete. The FCC, in their wisdom, it just doesn't make any sense why they did this either. It was such a silly thing. You need standards when you're dealing with broadcast equipment, broadcast standards, whether it's color TV or stereo radio. You need a standard so that everyone plays by the same rules and all the radios will receive all the broadcasts, not just some of them. And that was the thing that killed AM stereo here in North America before it really got off the ground, was the fact that there was four systems that were incompatible with each other. Okay, this thing's got two belts, and we'll change them out here if I can get the board out of the way here without breaking any wires. There we go. Okay, here's our belts. Let's see if they're that one's pretty loose. Although it's not actually as bad as I thought it would be. Let me just turn this thing on and see which one's slipping. Okay, powered on. Yep, so it's this belt here. That one is slipping. Yeah, it's this belt here. Motor spinning, you can hear it. This other belt is okay, so I just have to change the one belt. That one. Let me find one that will fit it. I'm pretty sure I probably got one of these in this pile of belts. This one's a little smaller. This will probably do the job. And probably a little bit too tight, maybe, but maybe not. There we go. Okay, let's see if this one will make it work. Looks like that one works. Let's mount the board and test it. And check out the radio on this thing. So the tuning on this unit here, it's gear driven, so that the tuning dial moves in unison with the tuning knob. And it's gear driven to the tuning capacitor. The volume control here. Little bar antenna. Here's your AM and IF circuits. And it's got this shielded circuit. I take it this has probably got something to do with the AM stereo decoder, VCO adjustments and stuff. This is going to be the AM stereo circuit right in here. Probably dealing with this chip as well. This will be the power amp probably for the head. See, the head's connected here, so this is going to be the head preamp. So this is the IF circuit in here. This one here is probably the AM stereo circuit down here, I would think. Both of these chips are got something to do with it, I'm sure. I'd have to look it up to be 100% sure, but I bet you that's what they are, just by looking at the way that the unit is all shielded like it is. So this was quite a unique unit because only Sony made radios that would receive all 4 systems. And there's your mode here, AM stereo mode. If you follow these traces down here, they do go down, jumper across here, and go down into this circuit down here. Looks like these go down to here, and then these traces here look like they go up to here. Yeah, they go into this chip. Okay, mount the board back into here. Just the one screw to hold the circuit board in place. Somewhere here is my Walkman screwdriver. Circuit tape here holds the wires away from the belt. Okay, let's load some batteries and try this thing out and see if it plays. I've got some batteries loaded. I'll plug my adapter cable in here and we'll put it into radio first, and we'll do the radio test.
To discuss the future of the founder and managing
AM stereo. Can't play that. That one will pull a copyright strike pretty quick. Chuck Mangione, yeah. Rebroadcast in AM stereo. Sounds great though. Okay, let's control might need to be cleaned. Let's check the tape out though. That's what we need to find. Is the tape working? So I'll put my tape in that I recorded on that Sony TC131. Give the control a shot of deoxit. There we go. This even has an eject button on here to remove the tape. Let's put the back on this thing and we'll give it a final test. So I'll pop out the batteries. Notice that they put a battery remover on there to make getting the batteries out of this thing a little easier, because all these designs were kind of hard to get the batteries out of. They were so deep inside the cabinet. But the batteries last a long time in these units. Now when you're dealing with these old plastic units, you don't want to over tighten the screws, because of course this plastic after a number of years gets brittle, and this thing's, you know, 85 was probably when this thing was new, so you don't want to apply any excessive pressure on here, because you could break the plastic quite easily. And then the battery cover door goes on, and this thing's back together like new. I can plug in my headphones, or in this case my speakers, my amplifier. Give it a final test. Fast forward, rewind, eject, and back to radio. AM, then we go to FM.
Sunshine Monday, becoming a mix of sun and cloud in the afternoon, and a high of 20.
This won't tune 87.5 to my test transmitter. In fact, the lowest it goes is 88.1.
Step inside Marvin's room. Hello, and
there's the FM that I'm rebroadcasting on AM.
au gala artiste dimanche soir.
LeBron James. When the
AM mono.
You smoke. And sure, some people say they're better drivers when they're home, but that's not true.
Talk to your team about the dangers.
Even if you put it in AM stereo on a mono station, it almost sounds like a stereo. But it's not.
A message from Drug-Free Kids Canada, where families come for help. Trucking, as well as moving and storage companies, have a powerful partner in safety. Safety Driven, the Trucking Safety Council of BC. They provide free one-to-one safety program training.
AM reception is terrible in here, especially on this radio.
Hey, with Migrant Workers Center has seen how hard life is for migrant workers. They're often,
You got 11 who didn't even want to go into the game in the last game of the series. Yeah. And you,
There's my little test signal. Anyway, that's it. Walkman F16. Restored. It's like new. Got a couple little surface scuffs on it here, but hey, it is 30 odd years old. It is probably about 32 years old. For a 32-year-old Walkman, I think this thing's actually in pretty darn good shape because it was used a lot. Listened to the radio on this thing forever. That's why I bought the AM stereo, because back in the 80s we had, well, every radio station here in the Vancouver area, every radio station was AM stereo, and we had like 3 rock stations. We had LG 730 CKLG, LG 73 as they called it. We had 1040 Kicks, and we had 14 C-Fun. And of course, LG 73 is now Traffic 730, and 1040 Kicks is now Sports, what is it called? TSN 1040, or the Team. And 1410 is now Bloomberg Radio. Oh, and we had Senile 650, or CL 650. They were the last AM station to go off the air here in the Vancouver market last summer. Well, I think it was about September of last year. They changed to the sports station, Sportsnet Radio. So we have 2 AM stations, sports, 24 hours a day. We have a 24-hour news channel, 24-hour talk and entertainment channel, 24-hour business channel, and 24-hour traffic station on AM, and some Indian and Chinese language programming. You know, it would be Punjabi, and I think it might be Mandarin. Anyway, that's what's on our AM band here. Nothing interesting to listen to anymore, so I had to build my transmitter just so I could make use of my old radios. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.